All right, here we are back on the Baklava broadcast, a post-Christmas special brought to you by.
What is it brought to you by?
It is brought to you by Stanley Steamer.
Stanley Steamer. Yo, did I ever tell you I saw a person with two Stanley Steamer trucks
Yeah,
in their driveway?
yes,
I
dude.
think
I think their North Olmsted headquarters is like on Lorraine Road, like kind of by the Sportsplex,
oh, yo,
like
let's,
off the highway. You can see it. You can see it, and then that's where they're stationed. So just
wow,
look
let's
there.
make a day trip.
Yeah.
So, when was the last time we podcasted?
That's a good question. I think it was back in August, I want to say.
Dang.
It might have been like a preseason kind of thing.
And we're down a guy. We're down no Kurt today. I think he's on
Yeah.
vacation, right?
Yeah, I think he's chilling in Florida.
Not bad. What have you been up to?
Oh, not much. You
Yeah,
know, Christmas, holidays, family time.
nice.
I had a buddy's like going away party last night
Tremont.
in Tremont. Yeah, it's a good
Nice.
time.
Did I tell you my news?
Yeah, I saw your news. Yeah,
I'm
you
taking
would
the
like to
ACT.
share.
I lost fantasy football, came in last place. All my guys got injured though. It's ridiculous. You should see
Yeah.
like my injury lineup. So yeah, I'm taking the ACT as punishment. I'm 24 years old, so that's gonna suck, man. Um, have you been keeping up with basketball?
Um, kind of.
All right.
I mean, I
Um,
watched some of the the Christmas Day games. There were
oh
like
yeah.
5 games.
What was your favorite game from that day?
That's a good question. I didn't really I I watched the end of Houston San Antonio. That was
Oh, that was
pretty
close.
pretty close game, and actually Houston ended up winning that one.
Yeah.
Um
Dude, I cut out on Miami and New Orleans because I thought it was gonna be a blowout, but apparently it went to overtime, and I'm really angry at myself for not watching the end of that.
yeah, Chicago OKC was a pretty good game too.
Oh yeah, yeah, man.
Chicago was kind of actually killing them like by 15 or 20 most of the second half. It was kind of a surprising, I thought, but
So, what do you think of the Cavs against Golden State?
oh, I mean, their offense hit a rough patch, I feel. And I mean, Curry didn't play well either.
Yeah, what do you have like 15 points?
Yeah, he only had 15 points and he kind of went out. He missed some time with that ankle injury or whatever it was.
Yeah,
Um,
calf strain as well. They didn't have Harrison Barnes either.
right. Yeah.
So, what do you think? Are you concerned at all?
Uh, a little bit just because of, the implications of, yeah, we'll probably, if we do make it to the finals, there's a good chance that we would, match up with them or maybe the Spurs. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, it just always at the end of the game, it always just takes LeBron and his late heroics to kind of keep us in it, and I think we just rely on him too much still.
yeah.
And
And
there's
he just didn't have it at the end of the game either. Last against Golden State, like he missed
yeah,
like four free throws or something like that.
yeah, down the stretch, yeah, those free throws, yeah, those are killer.
Yeah,
It's very frustrating that you see him do that, and I mean, you did have Kevin Love and Kyrie, which we didn't really have in the
but
finals the
the
last
thing with
time.
Kyrie was like he didn't look like he like looked rusty. Like
Right, like he
he went
wasn't
like three for
100%.
15, which should like never ever happen again. I would
Right.
hope.
Yeah, by no means. I mean, was Kyrie at full strength, or did we see a glimpse of what we could be at full strength? I mean, we in terms of the lineup, yes, we did have like pretty much all of our players, but they're not at full strength. And yeah, you could see that Kyrie was kind of still a little rusty, and he's kind of. It seems like they're what they're hoping. I hope is just to ease him into the games and kind of increase his minutes here and there, and just make sure that he's good to go. When it means something at the end of the year.
Yeah, and okay, you know what's funny is that what was that his third game or his fourth game back, something like that.
Yeah.
Do you know where Kyrie Irving is on the the All Star voting for Eastern Conference guards?
Oh yeah, I saw he was like first, second point guard or something.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
That's,
Who's first? Do you know?
yeah, so I'm looking at it right now, and
Oh, okay,
Dwayne Wade is actually first in the guards.
I
So
guess that
yeah,
makes sense. Who else is on there?
so yeah, guards for the East are Wade, and then you have Kyrie at second,
Okay,
and then Lowry. He's actually been playing pretty well.
yeah,
Um, Skinny Kyle Lowry, everyone refers to him as.
yo,
Apparently, he
dude,
wasn't in shape for last year.
don't worry, it's not gonna last, dude. Some people like Kyle Lowry is always gonna be kind of fat. He's gonna get fat again. Don't worry, don't you worry.
Yeah, so him and then Butler and John Wall, and I
Okay,
think
so
John
John
Wall.
John Wall should be like way up,
Yeah, I think John Wall made some like comment, like no offense, dude, but I should be ahead of like Kyrie.
which is true. I should be ahead of Kyrie. I mean, or like at least even with him. He's only played like three more games than anybody. So like,
Yeah, pretty ridiculous. Um,
so if you had to pick starters, who would you pick?
for the All Star game, you're saying?
Let's start with the East guards, I
Okay.
guess, because we're talking about them.
Yeah, guards. Yeah, guards. I would go probably Lowry and Wade.
Lowry, Wade.
Um, you have your front court, which you don't really need to have a center, but I think I would still go. Obviously, LeBron. Paul George is actually playing really, really well for Indiana. And then the third guy, Drummond is really good for Detroit. I don't really like Melo.
Yeah,
So yeah, I would either go Drummond or maybe Pau Gasol actually too. But I would probably lean towards Drummond just because he's been putting up monster stats lately. So I
yeah.
would probably go
Drummond.
with that starting five.
Yeah, Drummond is at 18 and 16 right now.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
pretty ridiculous. Yeah,
Um, yeah, obviously LeBron's got to be in there, and I think Paul George has to be in there.
yeah,
I like it's. I don't know what Indiana's record is, but they're pretty good, which is
yeah. They're actually one of the surprises. I feel that they're sitting at the 5 spot right now at 17-12.
yeah.
So they're playing pretty well with Paul George is playing at a pretty elite level, almost MVP level, I think. So
So let's get your picks for the West, and then let's talk about those standings.
yeah,
So Western Conference, who are your starting guards, or do you have the actual like voting in front of you for the West?
I do. So yeah, running through the West front court, Kobe just blows away the first spot um, for the front court, and then yeah, KD, Blake, Kawhi, Draymond, and the Brow, kind of first six front court, and guards obviously Steph is number one, then
Yeah.
Russ, CP3, Thompson, Harden, Rondo.
How is Kobe not a guard? Anyways, that's fine.
I don't know. I guess he's a three.
Okay, so you have to have Steph Curry in there. Like that's not
Yeah. So
debatable.
that's absolutely a lock. Yeah.
And then I think you go with Russ over CP3.
CP3. Yeah, I would too. Yeah.
Yeah. And then for your front court, like I don't know, Kobe, that's fine. Like I get it.
I would go Durant and Kawhi for sure.
Yeah. Would you keep Kobe or no? Like how do you feel
Uh,
about that? Because he's not like an actual starter in the All Star
yeah,
game.
that too. I mean, he's been playing pretty well like the last week or so, but like the way he started the season,
Oh,
I
so
can't
bad.
give him the starting spot with
Yeah.
this. I feel there's I feel I might put Draymond Green in there or Blake Griffin. I would probably lean towards Draymond though.
Yeah, I would go with Draymond too. As much like I don't, he's probably like my least favorite player
Yeah.
on the Warriors because he's just like I don't know, we can't stop him. And he just had a game like one of the first games that was like a 5-by-5 game, and he had
Yeah.
5 points, 5 boards.
Yeah, he just does everything for them.
Yeah, and he's not that flashy. Kind of reminds me of Boris Diaw. So
Yeah, Boris. Yeah, like a Boris 2.0.
yeah, Dude, I read this article about how Greg Popovich sits like his guys like Tim Duncan and Ginobili,
Hmm.
but he doesn't sit Boris. And they asked Tony Parker why they don't sit Boris, and he said it's because Popovich wants Boris to lose weight.
Yeah, just playing 40 minutes a game.
Pretty much, pretty much.
That's funny.
All right. Well, I think the All Star game's pretty like clear cut this year,
Yeah.
except
Not
for
much
that Eastern
discrepancy.
Conference guard like Kyrie Irving probably shouldn't be a starter. But
Yeah.
hey, we should vote for Kyrie just to make John Wall mad. Let's look at some of these standings real quick in the NBA. Oh, you watched the Browns game today, by the way?
I did. Yeah.
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible.
Ah, no, they kept it close. I mean,
All right. So we look at the conferences. Who do you think is the better conference, first of all?
looking at the standings and how it played out, last year you would have said, West by far easily the best conference.
Yeah.
But I think this year the East has taken some steps to kind of even things out. And I mean, you can see that within, the top eight of each conference. And I think that, Indiana has gotten a lot better than last year. And you have teams like the Celtics. And actually, I'm surprised to see that the Magic are 17 and 13 as well.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. But I mean, at the top, elite teams, I would say the West with Golden State, San Antonio, and OKC kind of own like the top kind of tier.
Yeah.
But 1 to 8, I might lean more towards the East,
Interesting.
maybe.
Yeah, like these records in the West aren't as good throughout, except for Golden State, obviously.
Yeah.
I still think by the end of the season, the West is going to have like the better 8 seed than the East. I think.
Yeah. Because I mean, even if you look at West's 7th seed, which is the Rockets, I mean,
They're gonna pick
when
them
they're
up.
capable, when they're at playing their best like they did against the Spurs, they can hang with pretty much anyone. Where if you can't really say that about the Magic, I think
Yeah, that's true.
the 7th seed in the East. So
Yeah, that's true. The Magic, yeah, that's such a disadvantage too. Like if you're San Antonio and you're the 2 seed, you could play someone like Houston, and you're gonna have to actually like try in the
right,
first round. Whereas like if you're Cleveland or Atlanta, you're gonna play like Orlando, and
yeah,
they're not bad, but they're not gonna beat you.
yeah, and they don't have any like playoff experience, or I mean they
Yeah,
have a bunch of young guys. So I
this
mean,
is way too early, but the way it's set up right now, Cleveland would play Boston in the first round.
yeah,
That's pretty
again,
crazy. It's a team I probably don't. I wouldn't want to play Boston in the first
no,
round.
yeah,
Let's see, who are your surprise teams?
yeah. So I think in the East, I would go with Indiana as one, and Detroit too. Detroit and Charlotte actually. I didn't think Charlotte was going to be very good this year.
Yeah.
And Detroit's kind of looked pretty solid at times too. So
Well, with Detroit, they got that pick and roll. They got Reggie Jackson and Drummond, and that's under Stan Van Gundy, who
right,
ran the Jameer Nelson, Dwight Howard
yeah, exactly.
that beat the Cavs. So he's kind of got the same setup
Yeah,
going
he's
on
kind of
there.
emulating that and kind
Yeah,
of surround them with 3-point shooters and things like that. So
yeah,
I think they could sneak into the playoffs maybe.
yeah. They're only half a game out, so I don't see
Yeah,
why
as of
not.
now.
I
Yeah,
think
but
Orlando's gonna drop.
yeah, yeah, they got some pretty good young talent, but
Hmm.
um, yeah, so we're like, I guess, kind of like a little over a third of the season in, I guess.
Yeah,
Um, kind of 28 to 30
30 games.
games
Yeah, a little over a third.
in.
I'll tell you a surprise team for me that I thought was going to be pretty good, and
Yeah,
they're dropping some Stanley Steamers. Is Milwaukee Bucks.
yeah, it's
They're 12-19 right now. They're 8.5 back of the first seed, so 5.5 out of the 8 seed. so they can easily still make it. But man, like Giannis is really good.
Yeah.
Amari Parker looked really good, and they got a bunch of guys that are just like long, like
Yeah, on paper they look to be a pretty good team, and that's why, so many people in the preseason kind of had high expectations for, this is a team that kind of could fly under their radar and maybe kind of surprise some people and make some noise in the East.
yeah.
But yeah, they've struggled. They're 12-19 right now, and I think they have like one of the worst defenses, like statistically in the league.
Which makes no sense because athletic teams should not be bad at defense.
Yeah, yeah, and I think we have like a point guard, Michael Carter Williams, who cannot shoot the ball at all.
Yeah.
I think the last time he made an outside shot was like 3 weeks ago or something ridiculous. I mean, Monroe was a solid pickup for them.
Who
I
was?
feel. Greg Monroe.
Oh, Monroe. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's averaging like 16 and 10. Um, Chris Middleton's a pretty solid player, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean their bench hasn't really contributed like we expected. They don't really have too many guys off the bench.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'd say they'd be surprised too. Yeah, just the way they've kind of started the year out.
I'm gonna switch gears to the Western Conference real quick because
Yeah.
you brought up the bench comment, and you know whose bench kind of sucks is the Clippers.
Yeah, and you wouldn't expect that coming in to the season. You think, okay, last season part of their troubles was they don't really have anybody off the bench who could contribute. And during the off season, they acquire Stevenson, they acquire Josh Smith, they acquire Wesley Johnson, a few other guys, that Paul Pierce, that could you think that would provide some scoring and some much needed kind of firepower off the bench. But
Yeah.
yeah, that really hasn't been the case this year. I kind of picked the Clippers as maybe taking that leap this year, but it just seems like they're kind of going to be the kind of middle of the road West again.
Their roster is just, it's like, I don't know, flawed, I guess. Like Paul Pierce, I'm not sure if he's just like waiting for the playoffs or if he's like if he's dying or what's going on, but like he's terrible right now. He's so bad. I don't know what he shoots, like 35 or 40%. I have to look that up before I make things up, but I think that's right. And like Lance Stevenson had that. Do you remember that one really good year? Like he had against like in the playoffs against LeBron and that kind of stuff. And since then, I don't know. Like after he left Indiana, like he just like he dropped off, and I'm not sure what he actually does for them. I don't think he plays in crunch time for them. In that whole Austin Rivers thing that we love to talk about,
Man.
but
Yeah,
that was a mess.
I'm looking at his stats right now. So he's got an 8.0 PER.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean he's playing like still like 20 some minutes a game, and Josh Smith hasn't really panned out well either, and Doc Rivers isn't having a good time with Lance. I think he's having trouble kind of fitting him in, and then they're starting like Luke Richard Mbamute like some game.
Yeah,
like,
he's good at defense, but then like see the issue is like maybe they thought they were going to play Paul Pierce or whatever, put him in the game at the end, but he is at 4.6 points a game.
Yeah, you cannot start this guy.
No, not at all. His PER, you thought 8 was bad. His PER, Paul Pierce, is 6.43.
Yeah.
So that's terrible. And then Blake Griffin just got hurt.
Oh yeah, he's out. He's out probably for a few weeks, right?
Yeah. So
I think I saw that.
I think the Clippers are gonna start dropping here kind of soon.
Yeah, and crunch time wise, when it comes to playoffs and even in kind of these closer games, I don't think they really have a guy they can go to and kind of say, okay, take over, or we need you this game and things like that. Like they don't have that instinct guy.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that's Blake really.
And then
Chris. can't really do that, I don't think. And then like, maybe Jamal Crawford, he could get hot like here and
Well,
there,
he's more
but
of like the J.R. Smith mold of just like,
right.
that's not a takeover guy.
Yeah.
Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, also like their big men like DeAndre Jordan can't play at the end of the game because they're just gonna hack
Hack.
him,
Yeah.
and they can't do anything about that. That's the same problem that Houston has. Like
Yeah.
Houston has it bad with Capella and Dwight Howard, and
Hmm.
then the Clippers got DeAndre Jordan and Josh Smith can't shoot free throws either.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of a messy situation, man. And it's because Doc Rivers is a bad GM.
Yeah. I think I saw a stat too that there have been more hacks already this season, third of the way in than like all of last season or something ridiculous. Like just takes away from the game so much, I
Yeah.
think.
I know this is weird, but I love it, dude. I love that just watching like I just love watching it. I know that's so weird, but
I
like
just I just don't understand how these guys are so bad at free throws.
I know.
I really don't get it. They played basketball their entire lives. Like I think through like 20 years of, playing that they could like develop some sort of routine, even if it's like different from their like actual like jump shot,
Yeah.
like something that could make free throws like 6 or 7 out of 10 times.
Yeah, it's just I don't get it. It's
Yeah.
always big men too, which I guess kind of makes sense, but
Yeah.
maybe the ball is literally too small for their hands.
Yeah. That could be. I mean, like Shaq, he would have to like one hand everything to
Yeah.
like guide it in, basically.
Kind of push it towards the basket.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, I would say a surprise team in the West
Hmm.
going the other way,
Yeah.
Dallas Mavericks. Didn't think they were going to be 17 and 13 at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. They're a real surprise, I feel.
They got no center, right?
They got Zaza's actually pretty good.
Yeah, he's good. I guess I was just
I
thinking
think he
about
was
DeAndre Jordan.
personally. I think he was a steal free agency wise.
Yeah, and then I don't want to disrespect Phil McGee either.
Oh, dude, no. Did he even play for? I don't think he plays too many minutes,
Yeah,
but
belly nap. But it's just surprising because coming into the season, you wouldn't think that Zaza would be like a game changer or a steal or anything like that. You just thought he was there to fill the void. Um, Wesley Matthews was coming off the torn ACL, so
yeah,
like you don't know what you're gonna get there. Chandler
right.
Parsons has been like not himself this whole season.
Yeah, I think he's like slowly kind of coming back
Yeah,
from injury, and I think he said like my real season starts in like January or something to that
really.
extent or something like that. Yeah, I saw them in the preseason too against the Cavs. And I mean, some of their top guys like didn't play, but I mean, they were trotting out like the White Powell and like some of these other big guys.
Yeah,
I was like, oh God, like they're gonna be really bad. And like Darren Williams, I didn't think like he had anything left in the tank.
yeah.
Uh,
I
and
think
then
he just really hated Brooklyn.
yeah, he needed a change of scenery for sure. So I mean, he's playing pretty well. He's averaging like 15 and 6, which is pretty
Yeah,
good. And then Dirk's just being Dirk still. He's
yeah,
playing at a pretty high level. And then you got guys like Felton and Berea at the point spot that are filling in pretty well too.
Raymond Felton. Who would have ever
Yeah,
thought?
I know.
Man,
So yeah, I think they're a pretty surprise team. I think they're on, they'll make the playoffs, which I feel like, coming into this year that I thought I would have expected them to kind of take a step down and like, some of their other kind of elite players to like kind of digress a little, but yeah, they're right in the thick of things in the West, it seems right now.
yeah. So you're saying you think they're gonna stay here, like as the season goes on, or you don't? Sorry,
I think they will. Yeah, I think they'll hang around like the 5 to 7 range. I think for the playoffs.
and what about Utah? You think they're gonna hang around? They got the 8 seed right now.
Mm, I mean they're 12 and 16, which isn't great. I mean that 8 spot it seems is always up for grabs between a few different teams. I liked them coming into the season.
Yeah,
Um, And I feel like they got some solid pieces as long as they kind of stay healthy and things. I think they
Yeah.
could still be in the thick of things, but I'm not like locking them in the playoffs by no means or anything like that.
I don't know what the hell New Orleans is doing at 10
Yeah,
and 20. They started off like terribly, so that's probably part of it.
yeah, the Pellies are really struggling. Yeah, I think it's part that they have a new coach and he kind of runs the offense a little differently than what the Brow was kind of used to, I feel, and they had a lot of injuries like
Yeah,
coming into the season. I think guys like Evans and Holiday are kind of starting to get back into things. I mean, their bench and stuff, I don't feel is very good either. So I don't know why people were really high on them to
because
begin with.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I mean, you have Anthony Davis.
But like that shows you how like good like LeBron is, right? Because like you
Right.
put LeBron on any team, no team with LeBron's going 10 and 20, and
Yeah.
like Anthony Davis is so good, and they're still 10 and 20.
Yeah.
But I guess he's not like to blame when you're starting like Alonzo G at small forward, and
Yeah.
you got Kendrick
Yeah, it's
Perkins.
pretty bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, Alonzo G at small. Yeah, that says enough right there, I
yeah,
think. And like Omar Ashik is just god awful too. Like
yeah,
he's one of the worst contracts too, I think, in the league. Like
yeah. I remember when he was
him,
there
but
was a
nobody wants to take that on.
yeah. No, it's bad. It's not good. And like I remember like there was literally some debate between like, well, what should we do when Houston had like Dwight Howard and Omer Sheik, and like now that seems funny.
Yeah, silly. Yeah.
I heard talks about a possible trade, like a Dwight Howard trade,
Oh yeah.
um, even something like with Miami for Hassan Whiteside.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
What do you think? What should either team do that? I think the contract situation is a bit fuzzy too, because like
It
this is
is.
Whiteside's last year under contract. So
Yeah. The Heat are, I mean, the Heat are playing pretty well right now. They're 18-11, and Whiteside's playing at a pretty elite level, I think. And yeah, I mean, I guess if they want to win now, they might consider. I don't know how much of an upgrade Dwight would be for them this
yeah,
season. And you have Dwayne Wade kind of at the tail end of his career. I mean, he's still playing
yeah,
pretty well, but I think they're in the kind of like a win now situation with him and Bosch. I mean, how many more years do they have?
yeah,
Um, and this could be a push this year to kind of go for it. I feel, and yeah, I mean, Dwight's kind of here and there. I mean, he's still capable of playing at elite level, but um, Whiteside's solid, man. So
yeah.
if I were the Heat, I probably wouldn't do it, even if
Dwight's got more years.
yeah, and Hassan. I think we spoke about this the last pod or previously. Like his contract situation is kind of shitty because he's got to want to get paid a lot of money after this year. Um,
You'll probably get a max, right?
yeah, I would think so. Yeah, I mean, if Tristan Thompson is getting
Yeah, that's true.
80 some million, then Hassan Whiteside, who averages a double double and
You
like
know,
a lot more,
Whiteside would
does
look
a
real
lot
nice.
more for the Heat, I think
Yeah,
he's more valuable.
this is never gonna happen, but Whiteside would look real nice in Cleveland.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Mozgov is kind of like he's not playing much as it is, like 20 some minutes, and like
Yeah,
he just doesn't look all that great to me. I think he's kind of injured too. I think his
yeah,
still bothering him a little bit. So, and I mean, we go small so often, and against Golden State, you kind of have to.
yeah.
So I don't know how valuable he's going to become down the stretch, or how much
Which makes
play that.
his it makes his contract situation interesting, like because his contract's up after this year too. So
Hmm.
if you were the Cavs, what would you do? What kind of contract would you offer him, like this next year or whatever?
Ooh, I mean, you just gave Anderson Varejao 6 years, 48 million. So And I mean, the cap is gonna rise even more. So I wouldn't offer him anything long term. I
Yeah,
would offer him like a 1 or 2 year deal,
yeah.
maybe like a little north of 10 million, maybe somewhere around that range. I don't know if would you pay him any more or probably more, maybe like 13, 14. I don't know, but
I see. I don't know if it's not that his value isn't that high for the right team. Like he's a good player, and you can't like teach that size or whatever.
yeah,
But when was the last time that Mozgov played for us in the fourth quarter?
exactly. Yeah, he never played
So
in
like
the stretch.
you could start anybody there. You could start Verjao, like because it doesn't. I don't know. You just need a body there
Right.
because you want to bring Tristan Thompson off the bench, which I think is good. You need like that guy off the bench.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know what the free agent market for centers is like this upcoming year, but yeah, I would stick to like 10 million, and
Yeah.
it's probably kind of an underpay. And if he wants to go somewhere, if someone
Yeah. If
offers him more
someone
money,
wants
let
to
him
overpay for
go.
him, if someone wants to overpay for him, I say go for it. I'm not too high on him. I mean, he's averaging 7 and 4 right now. Like that's nothing.
Yeah,
Like that's replaceable. That's easy replacement level
yeah.
player there.
We'll see. Maybe he'll pick it up because, like you said, he's injured. So,
Yeah.
um,
I would say just I mean if he is injured, I would just say like shut him down and rest him. Like
yeah,
till like the All-Star break or something, and play like Thompson a little more or like, you know, Verjao. Verjao's playing 9 minutes right now.
yeah. I don't know what the whole deal with that is because, like, obviously his game is probably like dropped a little bit.
Right.
Is there just not space for him, or do you think the Cavs are trying to like make sure he's healthy, as insurance in the playoffs?
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, he can sometimes hit like those kind of stretch four shots, kind of like the outside jumpers. I don't feel confident with him doing that, but
Yeah,
yeah, maybe he's just I don't know, maybe he's just not the same player anymore, like speed level and things like that. I don't know
yeah.
what the deal is, but yeah, I would expect him to play more, but it's just not the case.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so we can dive a little more into the Cavs, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Cavs right now own the number one seed in the East and are currently 19-9, 13-1 at home, which is pretty solid, and then 6-8 on the road. But and we're also kind of coming off a rough stretch of 2 games,
Yeah, worst game of the year,
Warriors, and then the freaking steamer we laid in Portland. I
dude. Yeah,
like yesterday I was like in the bar like looking at the score. I was like, is that really right? Like we're down 30 to the Trailblazers. Like
yeah, man.
I saw the last time we played the Trailblazers, I was there and I figured like if we shut down Lillard and we would be okay. But yeah, I did not expect us to just get destroyed.
Yeah. And
That
Lillard didn't even play yesterday.
dang. Jeez, Alan Crabb scored like 25 points. I think he was on our roster at one point.
Really, he looks just like Odell Beckham Jr. So I'm
Does
like,
does with the
like,
hair. Yeah.
yeah. So I spent the first like 10 minutes trying to figure that out. But yeah, that was a mess. But I guess it happens. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, against the Warriors, we shot 32%, which was a season worst, and 17% from three, which was also a season worst. And then we score 76 points against the Trailblazers, which is also a season worst.
Do you know what the Cavs are shooting from three this season? Because like LeBron isn't shooting very well from three at all. Like it's his worst season, I think, from three. And
Yeah,
like
so as a team, we are shooting 35% from three,
it's not
and
bad, I guess.
LeBron is 25.
Yeah.
Um,
Delhi,
Love
dude.
is at 37. Delhi is at 44. He is on fire.
Yeah, dude.
He's he's delivering those deli trays.
Well, Delhi used to be like the top scorer when he was in college.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, so he's got that. I mean, that he's got that capability, and Love has been pretty solid from the outside too.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
yeah, I think Love could be even more dominant too. Like if he just takes to the post and we give him a lot more touches, I feel like he could average more than this. I mean, he's playing really solid 17-11 right now, but I feel
Yeah.
like he could take some of the burden off LeBron
It's going to
even
be
more
interesting
so.
too with Kyrie back. So I wonder if Love's going to regress or not.
Yeah, let's talk about a little bit more about that. Kind of the I saw an article, ESPN, kind of like the rotations of, even like the last few games, you've seen kind of sudden lineup changes with, you have Kyrie coming back, you have Shumpert kind of coming in again, and then, you take someone like Richard Jefferson, for instance. He didn't even play like at all during the Warriors game. And then, a day later when we play the Blazers, he's in for 25 minutes. And so, Blatt's kind of I don't know if he's kind of tinkering with the lineup now that we have, kind of full strength, or, what do you think of that? Do you think he should kind of, play a Popovich and kind of, play with the lineups more so this season, or kind of establish kind of a set rotation more so?
I think for now playing with the lineups is fine. Like
Yeah.
we still have the 1 seed, and it's not like Atlanta's going to be playing at like a record pace to take that from us.
Yeah.
Um, the playoffs are still like a long way off. So obviously before then you need to start establishing your rotations so guys like know their role.
Hmm.
Um, I think it is also tough when like one game you have Mo Williams and the next game you have Kyrie Irving
Yeah.
and the next game this guy's out or that guy's out. Like it doesn't help. Um, so I think he's probably just trying to feel it out,
Yeah.
and I think that's part of the process because to make sure you have the best lineup come postseason, you need to figure it out during the regular season.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't mind that too much. I think it is weird though that like guys have did not play as 1 day and then like are on the floor in crunch time. I think that's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
So, but I guess for now I'm fine with it. Like I don't think it cost us like any of our last two losses or anything like that. Um, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. I think with Kyrie coming back, it kind of hurts Mo Williams in a sense, just because his minutes will be limited. And I think he played really well when Kyrie was out too, just because he knew that he was gonna be like the man with Delhi, I guess. And I don't know if you could play like small with Mo and Kyrie, or Mo and Delhi, or um, what do you think of that? Like playing like 2 point guards?
Well, kind of speaking to that, you can play 2 point guards. I don't think you can do three. Like I think you can do
Yeah,
Kyrie and Delhi or
yeah.
Mo and Delhi. I probably wouldn't do Kyrie and Mo because they're like the same player. Mo is just kind of like
And they don't play defense. Yeah.
they don't play defense. But so come crunch time, you need to have LeBron in there, obviously, right? You need to have Tristan Thompson in there, I would think.
Yeah. Rebounding.
And okay, this might sound silly, but I think you need to have Dellavedova in there. Like if you look at like all of the top combinations for plus minus for the Cavs,
Yeah, he's in.
Dellavedova's in the top five, I think.
Yeah.
So he's got to be in there. So those three have to be in there, right?
Hmm.
And then I'm guessing the other two have to be like the rest of the big three, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, right? So where's that leave? Where's that leave?
Like
Like
JR.
Shumpert and Jr. Right? Because then I think you got to have Shumpert in there too for defense. He's your best defender.
Right. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I mean that's what the regular season's kind of for, kind of working these things out and seeing what's our best crunch time lineup. And
I think
yeah.
we got six guys that would expect to play at crunch time,
Mm.
and obviously there's only 5 spots. But I think you got Thompson, Love, LeBron James, Dellavedova, Kyrie Irving, and Shumpert. So one of them's got to be, I guess, the odd man out, and I wonder if it's gonna be the same guy, like on a daily basis, or if it's gonna be some kind of rotation. But one of them's the odd man out. So
Yeah. One thing that Delhi does that kind of annoys me is, um, I mean, he annoyed me like pretty much all of last like first half of the season, but now
yeah,
I'm like okay with him. But he
yeah,
still like intentionally fouls players with like, I mean, it's not even like a clear path foul or like it's not even like they're going to the basket. It's like they got to steal and he like fouls them like right away. It's like
yeah,
sometimes I don't understand that. Like sometimes it's smart, okay, like maybe they have numbers or something, but
yeah,
it's another thing to just like do it like constantly. It's just like one thing that annoys me about him.
yeah. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Um, is he your least favorite player on the Cavs?
If he would have clearly he was last year,
Yeah,
but I feel it's Richard Jefferson this year.
you don't like Richard Jefferson?
No, dude, he's terrible.
He's not the best.
He's
He's not. He's not.
awful.
He's not. Yeah, he's pretty bad. He's pretty bad.
I mean, he makes an occasional three here and there, but and I mean, he's like got some legs left in him at least, like unlike Sean Marion last year. He, but some of the things he does, I'm just like, oh my god, why is this guy playing? Like,
Yeah,
so
I
I would say Jefferson, and yeah, Deller's become a lot more tolerable. I feel. I
yeah.
mean, he's just playing a lot smarter, and um, yeah, I would say Jared Cunningham's not my favorite either.
Yeah,
And
that
he's
was
gonna
gonna be the
just
last thing I
kind
wanted to
of
talk
disappear.
about.
He's just gonna disappear. I feel now.
Do you think the Cavs should, like, or like pick up his contract? Because I think at the end of the month or something like that, his contract becomes guaranteed,
Okay.
and with the luxury tax, that's going to cost Stan Gilbert $5 million to retain Jared Cunningham, which is like
Ugh,
way more than you would ever pay Jared Cunningham.
jeez. Yeah.
Obviously, it's not our problem though; it's Dan Gilbert's problem. So,
Right.
do you think that if like LeBron wants Jared Cunningham, or I don't know, what do you think is going to happen with that whole thing?
Yeah, I don't know what LeBron's thoughts are on him. Like, I don't think he's said too much about him, but I would probably just let him go, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't think I think we can just replace him with someone else.
yeah,
I mean, he's shown some like kind of glimpses here and there of some ability, but um, I just don't think he's gonna play too much now. Yeah, with Shumpert back and
yeah.
and everything. So
Not to mention you have 3 point guards, and then you're probably going to play like two of them at crunch time already. So like,
right, and Jared, yeah, Jared's kind of like almost looks like a point guard. I mean, he's kind of more of a two, but he's got like the same kind of build and everything as like a point guard, I'd say.
yeah,
So, would you keep your boy Jared?
my boy Jared. Um, I mean, I don't, I don't think he's going to make or break us. Um, but if Dan Gilbert wants to pony up the money, then that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care about Dan Gilbert's money too much. He's got a lot of it. So,
Apparently, we drafted him in 2012 in the first round. I had no idea.
oh, did we? Oh, wait, is that when we like traded like everybody? We traded like everybody to move up, or what am I? Is it Tyler Zeller? We traded everybody for Tyler Zeller. Does that sound right?
That, yeah, I might look it up because I'm
Yeah.
kind of curious. Yeah, but I just don't remember us drafting him at all. Like, I just thought we got him from like Clippers or whatever, and I just assumed he was kind of in and out of the league before that. But
Gotcha.
um, yeah, we got it from LA Lakers, traded to Dallas. Oh, I think we traded the pick to Dallas.
We
We
traded a
still
bunch of picks to Dallas. We traded like the Jay Crowder pick to Dallas, didn't we? Or no, I'm remembering it wrong. Never mind.
Yeah, Tyler Zeller was drafted by Dallas 17, and
Yeah,
they traded him to us.
yeah.
Um, we selected Dion number 4.
That was
We
mistakes were
could have
made.
had we could have had Damian Lillard, Harrison Barnes, Andre Drummond. Yeah,
Dang. All right, man. Let's wrap this one up for
Yeah.
today. And I'm all for a week.
Yeah,
Hey,
same.
oh yo, let's do something, man. But
Yeah.
anyways, let's record some more pods because it's been too
Yeah.
long.
Not two, not three, not
Not
four, not
hey,
five.
all right, LeBron. Um, any final thoughts? Any final shout outs?
Um, no shout outs that come to mind. How about you?
Um, I haven't been keeping up with the Kardashians like I should,
Ah,
so I
dang.
want to throw them a shout out and let them know that I will be keeping up this week.
Nice.
And
Catching up.
yeah, keeping up. Yo, careful. So, um, yeah, man. And I guess I don't know. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, solid.
All right, man.
All right.